hello viewers, today we will move to the next type of differentiation. Topics to be covered today are logarithm differentiation with examples, differentiation of infinite series and examples, differentiation of parametric equations with examples, differentiation of a function with respect to another function with examples, higher order derivatives with examples. We have learned the differentiation of the kind fx raised to the power n or n raised to the power fx or n raised to the power n. In these, your fx is variable and n is constant. So we know the differentiation of these type of functions, right? Now if we get a function of this kind, fx raised to the power some other function. So how we should do the differentiation of these functions? Now we are going to discuss. In these cases, your logarithmic differentiation comes into picture. Y equals to fx raised to the power gx. So now let us check the differentiation of this part. So let us take log both the sides. Log y is equal to log fx raised to the power gx. Okay. Now log y, using the property of log, I can write gx log of fx, right? Now we'll use the product rule to differentiate this part. G dash x log of plus gx as it is, and we'll differentiate log of fx. So what it will become? 1 upon fx. The derivative of log x is 1 upon x. But here I have fx, so 1 upon fx into f dash x. So dy by dx equals to y g dash x log of fx plus gx upon fx to f dash x. Now we'll substitute the value of y. So it is nothing but fx to the power gx. So this is my required derivative of the function fx raised to the power gx. So this is the way to solve it. There is one alternate method. Now I'll tell you the alternate method also. So in alternate method, what you can do, you can write y is equal to e, the power function will come here, gx log x. And now we can use the chain rule in this. So derivative of e raised to the power x is e raised to the power x, and differential of this part. That also you can do. So how you are going to write? So dy by dx equals to e gx log fx. We have to write the differential of gx log fx. E gx log fx. And what will be the derivative? G dash x log fx plus it will become gx upon fx into f dash x. If we simplify this part, fx to the power gx, this power will go up using the property of log. So this is also the way to write it, or you can use this one. So now let us take this question. Y is equal to x raised to the power 1 by x, and we have to find the derivative of this function. Now see, function raised to the power function. So always remember, whenever it is function raised to the power function, we have to do the logarithm differentiation. Take log both the sides. So log y is equal to log x raised to the power 1 by x. Now this power will come down using the property of log. Now we'll use the product rule here, or you can use the quotient rule also, both are correct. So 1 upon y dy by dx equals to minus 1 upon x square log x. Derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 by x square log x plus 1 by x into 1 by x as it is copied, and the differential of log x is 1 by x. Okay. So dy by dx equals to y minus 1 upon x square log x plus 1 upon x square. Substitute the value of y, so it is x 1 by x, and from here I can take out 1 by x square common. So this is my required derivative. So now let us take this question. If y is equal to e to the power x plus 10 to the power x plus x raised to the power x. Now student, one thing I want to tell you clearly. See, you cannot directly take the log for all of these numbers because it is in plus plus. Okay. So what we are going to do, dy by dx equals to e to the power x is e to the power x. What is the differential of 10 to the power x? It will be 10 to the power x log base e 10 plus. Now this we cannot differentiate directly. So what I am going to do, I will write d upon dx of x to the power x. And I will solve this part separately. So now let u is equal to x to the power x log u is equal to x log x. 1 upon u du upon dx equals to Product rule, differentiation of x is 1 log x plus x as it is, differentiation of log x is 1 by x equals to u into log x plus 1. Substitute the value of u, x raised to the power x. So now we'll substitute. So d upon dx of x to the power x. U is what? X to the power x. So this value I am going to substitute in this equation. So we are getting dy by dx equals to e to the power x plus 10 to the power x log base e10 plus x to the power x log x plus 1. Now let us check this question. So y is equal to cos x raised to the power x plus sin x raised to the power 1 by x. Again we have function raised to the power function here. Here also I have function raised to the power function. So we cannot directly take the log. In between I have a plus sign. So what we are going to do? We are going to write y is equal to u plus v. Okay. dy by dx is equal to du upon dx plus dv upon dx. Now we are going to separately solve both these functions, find out their value, and then we are going to substitute in this first equation. Okay. So let us check first. U is equal to cos x to the power x. Log u is equal to x log cos x. So 1 upon u du upon dx is equal to differential of x is 1 log cos x plus x. Now differential of log cos x 1 upon cos x minus sin x log cos x minus x tan x dy by dx equals to u log cos x minus x tan x. Substitute the value of u. Now let us solve the v part. Again function raised to the power function. We will take log v equals to 1 by x log sin x 1 upon v dv by dx equals to minus 1 upon x square, differential of 1 upon x log sin x plus 1 by x, differential of log sin x 1 upon sin x into cos x. So dv by dx equals to v minus 1 upon x square log sin x plus cot x upon x. Substitute the value of v. Now I have got the value of du by dx as well as dv by dx. I'll substitute in my first equation. So dy by dx equals to cos x whole to the power x log cos x minus x tan x plus sin x 1 upon x minus 1 by x square log sin x plus cot x upon. So this is your required answer. Always remember students, whenever there is a plus sign or minus sign, you cannot take log directly. You have to solve them separately and substitute the values. Is that clear? Now we will learn differentiation of infinite series. So what happens, sometimes your function is given as a term of an infinite series. Say for example, they have given you the function like this, y is equal to x to the power x to the power x to the power x and up to infinity, right? So how to differentiate such kind of function? See here, if I delete one of the term, again my function remains the same. It hardly matters, okay, that one term. So how I am going to solve this differentiation? What I am going to do, y is equal to x. If I delete this term, again I am getting the value of y. So in this part, what we are going to do, since it is a function raised to the power function, I am going to take the log. Okay. So log y equals to y log x. Now this becomes the differentiation of an implicit function. So 1 upon y dy by dx equals to, what I am going to use, product rule, right? So this will become 1 into dy by dx into log x plus y upon x. Differentiation of log x is x. So 1 upon y dy by dx is equal to log x into dy by dx plus y upon x. Now I'll collect the terms of dy by dx. So 1 upon y minus log x dy by dx equals to y by 1 minus y log x upon y dy by dx equals to y upon x, or dy by dx equals to y square upon x 1 minus y log x. Okay, so now let us take this question. If y is equal to under root of tan x plus under root of tan x plus under root of tan x up to infinity, find dy by dx. So if I hide this first element, again I am getting the series of y, right? So now how I can rewrite this function as, so y is equal to root tan x plus y, and I have to find dy by dx. So I'll square both the sides. So y square is equal to 10x plus y. Now I'll differentiate. So I'll get 2y dy by dx equals to secant square x plus dy by dx. Collect the terms of dy by dx. So 2y minus 1 dy by dx equals to secant square x, and dy by dx equals to secant square x upon 2y minus 1. Okay, now let us check differentiation of parametric function. So basically, what is the meaning of parametric function? Whenever our x and y are given in the terms of another single variable, right? X is given in terms of some variable, say t, or it can be theta, or it can be some other variable, and y is also given. So in that case, my x and y are known as parametric functions, or they are known as parametric equations. Now, how to differentiate? There are two ways of differentiating it. One, you can eliminate t and establish the relation between x and y. But sometimes it is not convenient to establish the relation between x and y by eliminating. So in that case, whenever it is not convenient, what we do, the second method we apply. In that case, your dy by dx becomes equals to dy by dt upon dx by dt. Is it clear? So what we do exactly? We differentiate x with respect to t, we differentiate y with respect to t, and then we find out dy by dx. Is that clear? And here my t is the parameter. Here my theta is the parameter. Now let us take this question. If x is equal to 80 square and y is equal to 280, find dy by dx. So here we have been given x and y as a parametric function of t. So t is my parameter. So we are going to differentiate with respect to t. So dx by dt equals to 2at. Now dy by dt is equal to 2a. I have to find the value of dy by dx, which is nothing but equal to dy by dt upon dx by dt. Substitute the values, 2a upon 2at 1 by t. Now let us check this question. So we have been given x in terms of theta, y in terms of theta. We have to find the value of dy by dx at theta is equal to pi by t. So we'll find dx by d theta, a 1 minus cos theta, right? dy by d theta equals to a 0 minus sin theta, which is equal to minus a sin theta. Now we have to find dy by dx. So dy by dx is equal to dy by d theta upon dx by d theta minus a sin theta upon a 1 minus cos theta. Now next thing, we have to find the value of dy by dx at theta is equal to pi by 3. So in place of theta, we'll substitute pi by 3. So minus sin pi by 3 upon 1 minus cos pi by 3. Substitute the values. So which is equal to minus root 3. So now let us learn differentiation of a function with respect to another function. So viewers, till now we have learned the differentiation of a function with respect to x. Now we'll learn differentiation of one function with respect to x. Say for example, I have two functions, u is equal to fx and v is equal to gx. And I have to find differentiation of u with respect to v. So in this case, I have to find du by dv. So what we are going to do, we will find the differentiation of u with respect to x, v with respect to x, and then we'll find our du by dv. So du by dx upon dv by dx. Okay. So now let us take this question. Differentiate log sin x with respect to cos x. Right. So u is equal to log sin x and v is equal to root. Now let us find du by dx. Okay. So 1 upon sin x into cos x, which is nothing but cot x. Now let us take this side. So I can write this as cos x to the power half. We'll use the chain rule. So dv by dx is equal to half cos minus half, and differentiation of cos x is minus sin x, which is nothing but equal to minus sin x upon 2 root cos x. Now we have to find du by dv. So we'll substitute the value du by dx upon dv by dx. Cot x upon minus sin x divided by 2 root cos x. So which is nothing but equal to, so this is my required answer. So this is the procedure if we have to differentiate one function with respect to another. So now let us check this question. If my x belongs to 1 by root 2 comma 1, differentiate tan inverse under root 1 minus x square upon x with respect to cos inverse 2x under root 1 minus x square. So my u is tan inverse root 1 minus x square by x. Okay, so let x is equal to sine theta, right? Now let us check this part. So my x belongs to 1 by root 2 and 1. So 1 by root 2 sine theta 1. So it means my theta belongs to pi by 4 and pi by 2. Now let us simplify this part. So what I am getting is u is equal to tan inverse root 1 minus sine square theta by sine theta, right? Which is equal to tan inverse cos theta by sine theta, which is nothing but equal to tan inverse cot theta. So I can change this tan inverse tan pi by 2 minus theta. Now I have to check where this angle lies. So here my angle is pi by 4 theta pi by 2, right? Now next is I have to check my this angle. So multiply throughout by minus. So what I will get, minus pi by 2 less than minus theta less than minus pi by 4, right? Add pi by 2 throughout. So I am getting, right? So which is the principal range of tan inverse? So now tan inverse of tan will be equal to pi by 2 minus theta. So it means my u will become pi by 2 minus theta. Substitute the value of theta from this equation. So I am getting pi by 2 minus sine inverse x. Du by dx equals to, this will become 0 minus 1 upon root 1 minus x square. So now let us take the v part. V is equal to cos inverse 2x root 1 minus x square, right? And we have already assumed x is equal to sine theta, and my theta belongs to pi by 4 and pi by 2, right? Now let us check this part. So v is equal to cos inverse 2 sine theta root 1 minus sine square theta. V is equal to cos inverse 2 sine theta cos theta. V is equal to cos inverse sine 2 theta. So we have to change this part. So V is equal to cos inverse cos pi by 2 minus. Again we have to check whether it lies in the principal range or not. So we will check here. So multiply it throughout by minus 2. So minus pi minus 2 theta and minus pi by 2. Add pi by 2 throughout. So whenever my angle lies between minus pi by 2 and 0, cos inverse of cos becomes minus theta. So V is equal to minus pi by 2 minus 2 theta. So if V is equal to 2 theta minus pi by 2. So V is equal to 2 sine inverse x minus pi by 2. So what will be my dV by dx? It will be 2 upon under root 1 minus x square. This will become 0. So now we have to find the differential of tan inverse with respect to cos inverse. It means we have to find du by dv, du by dx upon dv by dx. Now let us substitute the values. So du by dx is minus 1 upon under root 1 minus x square upon dv by dx, just how we have solved. So 2 upon under root 1 minus x square. So what we are getting? Minus 1 by 2. So now let us check this question. Differentiate sine inverse 2x under root 1 minus x square with respect to secant inverse 1 upon under root 1 minus x square if my x belongs to 1 by root 2 comma 1. So u is sine inverse 2x root 1 minus x square, and v is secant inverse 1 by root 1 minus x square, and my x belongs between root 2 and 1. So if I assume my x is equal to sine theta, so theta lies between pi by 4 and pi by 2. So now let us substitute here the values. So u is equal to sine inverse 2 sine theta root 1 minus sine square theta. So I am left with u is equal to sine inverse. This will become sine 2 theta. Now let us check whether it lies in the principal range or not. So multiply throughout by 2. It does not lie in the principal range of sine. So it means whenever my sine lies between pi by 2 and pi, it becomes sine inverse of sine theta becomes pi minus 2 theta. So u is equal to pi minus, so u is equal to pi minus 2 sine inverse x. So du by dx will be equal to minus 2 upon root 1 minus. Now let us check this part. So here again I am going to substitute x is equal to sine theta. Fine. So v is equal to secant inverse 1 by root 1 minus sine square theta, which is equal to secant inverse 1 upon cos theta, which is equal to secant inverse secant theta. It is in the principal range, this part. So V is equal to theta. So V is equal to, substitute the value of theta. So it is sin inverse x. dV by dx is equal to 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. So now we have to find du by dv, which is equal to minus 2 upon under root 1 minus x square upon 1 by under root 1 minus x square, which is equal to minus 2. So done. So the next topic is higher order derivatives. We already know if we have a function y is equal to fx, and if I find the derivative of this dy by dx is equal to f dash x. So this is known as first order derivative. Now I can further differentiate this with respect to x, right? So how can I write d upon dx of dy by dx, right? So what can be written as d2y dx2, correct? And what it is known as? It is known as second order derivative. Now if I further differentiate this d upon dx of d2y dx2, it becomes dqy upon dx cube, and so on. And if I find the nth derivative, so it will be denoted by this, right? So this becomes my third order derivative, and similarly so on, it becomes the nth order derivative. Now we can denote this as dy by dx f dash x, or I can write it as y1. Second order derivative can be written as f double dash x, right? And it can be written as y2. This can be also represented by f triple dash x and y3, and so on. This can be written as y. So these are the representation of the higher order derivatives. Say for example, I have y is equal to 10x, right? So y1, what do you mean by y1? It is dy by dx. It will be equal to secant square x, right? If I want to find out y2, it will be d upon dx of secant square x. Further I am differentiating it, so it will become 2 secant x into d upon dx of secant x. We are using chain rule over here. So 2 secant x into secant x 10x. So it will become 2 secant square x 10x. Further I can differentiate this, right? So I can find out the further derivatives of this function. Now let us check this question. So in this we have been given y is equal to a cos nx plus b sin nx. Show that d square y upon dx2 plus n square y is equal to 0. Generally this type of question comes for proving in every board. Okay. So let us check this part. 2x dy by dx is equal to a minus sin nx into n. Chain rule we are using, right? We can take out n common. What we need? We need the second order derivative. So we'll differentiate again this part. So d2y dx2 equals to n minus a cos nx into n plus b minus sin nx into, right? Again I can take out n common, so n is square, and I can take out minus sign also common, so minus n square a cos nx plus b sin nx. Now check this part and this part, right? They are same, so I can replace this part by y, right? And I got my desired result. Now let us take this question. So if y is equal to sin inverse x, then show that 1 minus x square d2y dx2 minus x dy by dx is equal to 0. So y is equal to sin inverse x. Differentiate with respect to x both the sides. dy by dx is equal to 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. I'll take under root 1 minus x square to left hand side. Now here I have two functions. I will use the product rule here. Okay. I can write this as 1 minus x square to the power half dy by dx equals to 1. So product rule. So it will become half 1 minus x square to the power minus half into minus 2x dy by dx plus 1 minus x square to the power half, and differential of dy by dx is nothing but d2y dx2 equals to 0. This is my constant part. So now I can write cancel 2 and 2, and it will become minus x under root 1 minus x square dy by dx plus root 1 minus x square d2y dx2 equals to 0. Now throughout I'll multiply by under root 1 minus x square. So I'll get minus x dy by dx plus 1 minus x square d2y dx2 equals to 0. Rewrite this as 1 minus x square d2y dx2 minus x dy by dx equals to 0. Here itself I'll tell you the second way of doing it. So look here, from here, so check here, what I am going to do, I'll square both the sides, right? So I'll get 1 minus x square dy by dx whole square equals to 1. Now I will differentiate using product rule. So 1 minus x square differential will be minus 2x dy by dx whole square plus 1 minus x square 2 into dy by dx into d2y dx2 equals to 0. Chain rule, right? Now what I can take out common over here? I can take out 2 dy by dx common over here, right? So I am left with 1 minus x square d2y dx2 minus x dy by dx equals to 0. Now this part cannot be equal to 0 because I know my dy by dx has some value. My bracket part should be equal to 0. So I got my desired result. So either you can do with this method or you can proceed with that method. Is that clear? Now let us check the derivative of the parametric equations. You know parametric equations, right? When your x and y are in terms of another variable. Okay. So now these are my parametric equations, right? And I have to find d2 by dx2 and also its value at theta is equal to pi by 6. So first of all, we will find dy by dx, right? So for that first we have to find dx by d theta. So dx by d theta. It is what is my dy by d theta? It is, so dy by dx equals to dy by d theta upon dx by d theta. Substitute the values. So a b sine square theta cos theta upon a 3 cos square theta minus sine theta. Cancel whatever can be cancelled. So I am left with dy by dx equals to minus 10 theta. Now I have to find d2y dx2, right? So here I am differentiating with respect to x, but my function is in terms of theta, right? So whenever such case arises, when we were talking about implicit function also, when we are differentiating the y function also, what we used to write? Along with the function we used to write dy by dx, right? So here also we are going to do same thing. So it will become d2y dx2 equals to differential of tan theta is secant square theta into d theta by dxy, because I am differentiating with respect to x, but my function is in terms of theta. So that's why along with it I have to write d theta by dx. Now we'll substitute the value of d theta by dx from here. Okay. So I am left with into 1 upon 3a cos square theta into minus sine theta. So what I am getting here, secant 4 theta cosecant theta upon 3. Now we want the value of d2 by dx2 at theta is equal to pi by 6. So we'll substitute the value. Secant pi by 6 is 2 by root 3. Cosecant pi by 6 is 2 upon 3a. Solve it. So this is your required result. Let us take this question. We have been given the parametric equations and we have to find the value of d2 by dx2, right? So first of all, we'll find dx by dt and dy by dt, and then we'll find out d2 by dx2. So dx by dt, a cos t. So dy by dt equals to a. This is minus sine t plus. Here we have to use a chain rule. So 1 upon 10 t by 2 into secant square t by 2 into 1 by 2. Change into sine and cos. That is the easiest way to solve. Now I can cancel this part and I got 2 sine t by 2 cos t by 2. So it will become sine t by using sine 2 theta formula. So I am left with here 1 minus sine square t upon sine t, which is nothing but equal to a cos square t upon sine t. So this is my dx by dt, this is my dy by dt. What I will find now? I will find here dy by dx, that is dy by dt upon dx by dt. So we'll substitute the value. So dy by dt is a cos square t upon sin t. And what is my dx by dt? A cos t. So I can cancel. I got cot t, right? Now d2y dx2 is nothing but your differential of this. Along with it, since I am differentiating with respect to x and my function is in t, along with it dt by dx will come. Okay. So minus cosec square t into dt by dx. And I will substitute my dt by dx from here. So minus cosec square t into, what is the value of dt by dx? 1 upon a cos t. So basically what is my solution to it? My d2y dx2 is nothing but minus cosec square t secant t upon So this is the procedure to find the second order derivative of a parametric equation. Today we learned logarithm differentiation with examples, differentiation of infinite series and examples, differentiation of parametric equations with examples, differentiation of a function with respect to another function with examples, higher order derivatives with examples. So that's all for the topic today. Stay tuned.